Losers bracket in the finals. So we're down to the last 4 teams and we're gonna say goodbye to one right here, right now. It is the best of 5 series in the losers bracket between the Space Goofs and the Enjoyers, yet the Banshee Cup. And whoever loses this series is out of the tournament, takes 4th place, but at least takes home some prize money. Now again, there are of course 2 twists. One that we had throughout the entire qualifiers already. If a hero has been played in the series, he cannot be played again. Very simple, makes it so we don't see the heroes over and over and over and over again, makes it a little more interesting as we're going deeper into a match. And of course, there is also the additional twist that we have bounties. Now, I'm going to be the first one to admit that the bounties, while the players all love them, have not been adopted as much as we thought they would be, simply because we introduced them in the playoffs and most of the teams were like, especially after the Bratwurst boys were eliminated, everybody was like, I think we can win this. So initially it was more so an idea to give people that normally end up in like the 6th, 7th, 8th spot a chance to, you know, prepare for a cheese, win a map and then get at least some pizza money. But as it turns out, well, the big favorites got eliminated very quickly and all of a sudden everybody is aiming for the top. So we could see a couple of bounties here. It might happen, but even if it does, don't fret, because we have in our 2nd season, which we already announced, we are going to change things a little bit so that bounties are more attractive for the teams. Now, first of all, we have a full round robin with 8 teams in Banshee Cup season number 2, and you can already complete your bounties in the 2nd season during that round robin, which makes it a lot more forgiving. And even more important than that, the one thing that we're adding is that this time there is a fixed prize pool for the tournament victory, and there's a pool for bounties. So let's say we're putting up $1,000 for bounties. If only a single team completes the bounty, they get the entire $1,000. If on the other hand multiple teams, you know, chip in, then the prize pool gets divided. So especially at the beginning of a tournament, there's going to be a lot of incentives to go for bounties. And then later on, as we're heading into the finals, you know, you don't necessarily need those incentives anymore because teams are going to focus on the tournament victory anyways, and we're already looking at super exciting matches. So we're going to have some adjustments to the bounty system in general for season 2, just for everybody that was asking, was thinking like, well, it's a cool idea, but we haven't seen it as much used as we thought. So there's a little twist for you. As we're heading into our first map, we are on Braxis. We have Garrosh and Junkrat. Now, normally when you're talking about the map here, what we're getting a lot is really heroes that enable quick rotations. That's one of the reasons why Medivh gets banned. I could have totally seen a Nuburak, well, Genji's banned too, Brightwing is banned, so a lot of the heroes, again, they can do that, have been eliminated. But what you oftentimes still get is, for example, even Karazim as a support, you're getting a Nuburak who can dive over terrain, and a few others. We'll see how the teams adopt to that. Currently it's only Muradin that can really do that, Hogger with Horder Pull probably, but that's already about it. And yeah, the Enjoy, I mean, if I would have to point out a favorite for this, I'm honestly not quite sure who it would be. I mean, normally I would have looked at the Space Goofs and said it's them, but the Enjoyers have also really stepped up their game. Space Goofs, they have only like banded together for this particular tournament, and they did exceptionally well in their group stage. I mean, again, they were one of the teams taking out the Bratwurst boys, but let's see what they can now pull off. Because when we're talking about the winner bracket, I mean, we had 2 very, very clear victories. Team Ash won their series, the Raiders won their series, and both of them didn't even drop a single map, so they were insanely powerful. If the Space Goofs want to catch up to that, then they gotta step it up and try to get to the grand final. Rhaegar Nurel for the red team, for the Enjoyers. Still leaving them short some extra damage. Urel at the top lane is going to be fine for them. A lot of displacement here too. I mean, Junkrat booping heroes around. Garrosh obviously always good for a throw. And then on the blue team. First of all, what's the support for X-Ray? What is he going to do? Well, it's Stukov. Okay, so they're gonna go and set things up for Chromie. Sylvanas on top of that for even more push power. That leaves us with our final pick for map number 1. Best of 5 series about to start, everybody. Again, the loser is out of the tournament, takes 4th place. The winner, on the other hand, still maintains that chance to go to the grand final of Banshee Cup season number 1 and fight for that prize money. So, let's go. Alvaros, the final pick. They need some extra damage for the bottom of the map, and it is Tychus. We're getting Odin. Tychus is in the house, and with that, we're jumping straight into map number 1. Game number 1, Goofs against Enjoy Us, and on the left we have the blue team with Play on Murden, Dobby on Chromie, X-Ray on Stukov, Dequaza on Hogger, and Yazu on Sylvanas. So that Stormbolt into Lurking Arm definitely now possible for the blue team with the follow-up damage from Chromie and also Sylph. Over on the right side of the map, Lavakal with Rhaegar. We get the Enjoyers with Ether on Junkrat, Arian on Garrosh, Richu on Yrel, and Alvaros on Tychus. Alright, party time. Who's gonna take the lead here? I love how they're immediately splitting 2 heroes to the top and not only 1, because they're a bit worried that Sylvanas might set up a push for a tower topside. Doesn't really look like they're going... Actually, they might just set up a trap here, okay. And, are they actually doing it? Nah, it's a trap. Admiral Akbar wants his playback. Alvarez is already sitting here. There's the vision! Not like this. Good attempt. And... Oh, this was way closer than I thought. After he got away from the Stormbolt, I really thought that he was safe. But for a moment, it just seemed like they would be able to kill him anyways. But yeah, not quite. Good attempt though, I really like it. A really good effort in order to try and make that happen. Didn't quite play out for them, but Yasuo is really bringing the pain with Sylvanas now. So imagine the Stormbolt hitting, then that would have been a kill. And I really like how they did it too, because they basically anticipated that somebody was sitting in that bush, right? That was the whole idea. Somebody's in the vent, and so Chromie went in, used her Time Walker's Pursuit, they get the vision, and then with vision they just jumped on Tychus immediately, and thanks to his dash and him dodging the Stormbolt, he's able to escape. But that was rather close. So, cams are taken. We're looking at Bruiser cams first and foremost. Both of the teams are immediately jumping on those. And, well, in the case of Sylvanas, this could of course also be coordinated with a big push up at the top to just get her onto the lane and do a bit more damage. And I have to again point out that this is honestly a map where you have a lot of, well, snowball potential if you're taking your opponent's fountains out, just simply because once these fountains are gone, it means that might be much harder for them to get beacon control. So yeah, something to pay a bit of attention to as the game progresses. Cam still taken by the red team, double beacon control for their opponents though, so the Space Goofs, they get the objective for now. That's a pretty solid start into it. Noteworthy, this isn't a winner-takes-all objective, so those 30% that they already got for themselves, that is a win no matter what. So that's something that they will be able to use no matter what happens here. So yeah, good for them. Only question that still remains with this is, okay, who is gonna win the entire thing, right? What can the red team do, for example, to try and get the double control for themselves? I mean, so far, not really too much happening over here. But another Stormbolt against Garrosh, and their body blocking Aaron as well. Indomitable used, and he gets out. Chromie very much alone against Junkrat down at the bottom of the map. 2 of them going mano a mano here. Whereas at the top, Sylvanas has, as expected, used the cam to push mostly through the wall. 1 tower is down, the gate basically destroyed. We don't have the vision just yet though. And here's the beacon control now for the red team, so they're bringing this back. And might even take the lead. And they will. Yeah, so Sylvanas jumps in and gets trapped. They're trying to boot her back out, but they've lost control. 30-30. Apparently they're going to go for a close one. At least on objective number 1. Get that Zerg wave going. Level 4 talents reveal nothing too crazy. We saw Indomitable in action already earlier. We got the bigger they are for Tychus. It's not going stacking or anything else. And it's once again the red team, the Enjoyers, that are starting with a tiny lead. 42% right now, which is not too bad, but kill number 1. Junkrat is the one to be eliminated first, so he is down, gets dropped. And up at the top, the party here on the side lane also continues, as they are now attempting to get even more of the situation. Get control once again. Blue team is of course highly interested in doing the exact same thing here. So far hasn't really happened, but could always try and make that play, right? Get the double control, get the first objective, but they're heavily fighting for it. Blue team takes over, now it's a tie, and here comes Yrel, and Richu very quickly realizes that you should probably back off as Sylvanas reveals herself and adds the damage. So, yeah, party continues over here. One attack after another is coming in as the teams are really looking to claim it. 82% is already great for the blue team, so no matter what happens, they will at least be in a position where they can heavily fight back on this. But let's see what else we're gonna get here. How much more damage can they now do with this? Because outside of just fighting for the objective, you can get the extra kills. You can try and take some of those structures down simply by pushing a camp. We've seen it from Sylvanas earlier. So that's the next big play that is possible for them here. Yeah, and here comes the kill on Muradin. Muradin is gone, so he's eliminated. And, well, what else can they do? And they now use that kill to get control also at the top. Urel is there, but it seems like the Quasar is going to try and slow her down as best as he can. And as long as they're maintaining control over the top beacon, there's very little that the Enjoyers can gain from the kill that they just got. And Sylvanas is already moving back down to the bottom, so they might get a few points. But this is honestly one of the most hard-fought objectives that I've ever seen on this map. I mean, 68% to 82, they're really going for it. Ether! He goes down. The final shot takes him on and drops him. Well done. Really well done. So, only Muradin died thus far. There is also Temporal Loop. And does he have Indomitable? Nope, he doesn't. And he also doesn't have any hit points. So, that's a kill. And I think now we're very likely going to get the first Zerg wave. The big one, at least, in favor of the blue team. With the kills that they just got, they should maintain control for long enough. But they want another kill. They're ignoring the objective and go instead for Richu. And he dies. So he dies, objective still gets taken, but now Tigers takes over down at the bottom. They could have had the objective, 100%. They prioritized the kill over the objective, and now they have to spend a bit more time until they get the 100% here. Not too worried. It's the first one, they have good D-push, opponent does too, so yeah. But again, play, now trying to move in from the side. We have Tigers taking over again. Dobby, Chromie, just like doing as much as they can here. And with play moving in. Yep, they're claiming one. Topside has been taken by the red team, so this is still up for grabs. Level 10 is so early though for the Space Goofs that they should with that easily be able to claim it. And they are also hoping to flank in here, as it seems, if Tigers moves, or just simply take the camp away. Which is exactly what they're doing. Top side, they can control it whenever, but they want to have that extra camp and then hopefully push also for some structures. So let's see how much damage they can do with this. This is definitely going to slow down the minion wave. Tigers already in position for it. Rest of the team is moving in too, but up at the top, the Quasar is now the one focusing onto the beacon. Richu can slow him down though. Junkrat already with a bit of a trap here. And they went for the boss as well. So they go for a double whammy. Yeah, that changes things a bit. Just getting the objective with 68% on the opponent's wave is good, but it's not great. If then again you get a boss at the same time, that changes things very quickly. So yeah, that boss is going to do some work, and they are pushing now the bottom of the map and the top, so this is going to hurt one way or another. The Enjoyers with level 10 at least, so that they can properly defend. Riptire has to be... Oh no! Riptire gets shut down. That's horrible. Junkrat with a really nice... Hogger with a really nice move here with a shockwave. That was big. The Riptire could have cleared big parts of the wave within seconds, but now they lost the top side fort and have to pop even Odin in order to defend properly. That was a huge play from Hogger. It was really important. That Riptide was one of the best clearing tools that they had in that situation, and you can already see how much of a problem it is. I mean, Stukov dies, granted, but this is a 5 versus 4 one way or another, and now not only the fort is destroyed, but also the wall at the keep is down. Chromie escorted the bottom of the wave in, the boss, and that means that there's 2 forts destroyed, and Chromie is trying to help out so that even the keep wall at the bottom of the map is going to take some damage. Massive blow from the Space Goofs against their opponents here. That was big. That was really big, and they're opening that wall mostly up. So huge lead now for the blue team. Yeah, that was really well done. Yeah, that was pretty big, honestly. That could have backfired very heavily if they didn't play their cards right, but getting the boss the way that they did was just fantastic. So yeah, good for them. Really nice effort. Sweet move. And just a question of how much can they now do with that. I mean, already down at the bottom of the map, looking for another kill here. Their team is fully invading. The problem is that Sylvanas is at the top, and Sylvanas is then very likely going to try and push for that keep. Chromie gets destroyed, so at least that's good news, but he has the damage on the keep. So, yep, they're moving in, and they're trying to take... Well, they're not take it out, but they're going to try and do some damage here, and that is what? There's nearly 50% of the hit points gone with the minions just keep firing away at it. So, solid. Real solid damage. And all of this just from a simple rotation. So not anything crazy, not anything nasty, but a good rotation. That's all that they're to do here. Now Rhaegar is down. They're going for Tychus. They drop him 2. That's 2 kills for the blue team. And they're continuing the pressure at the bottom of the map. It's always just attacks on 2 fronts. Top keep is already low. Now they're switching down to the bottom of the map. They're getting their kills. They're trying for Urel. But they can take the towers out here and even damage the bottom keep just a bit. You don't have to go all out on this and try to sacrifice yourself for it. But just getting that extra damage in is already huge, and as the objective spawns, you have a chance to move for it as well. A 2-level advantage, running also a talent lead over your opponent is an added boon, and now that they have the minion wave coming in, the keep is going to get destroyed. So, brilliant play by the Space Goofs. They're looking great, and are, I mean, again, they have taken 2 forts out. They've taken the keep out. They are massively ahead right now, with Hogga at 27,000 damage, being the top damage dealer in the game. But yeah, that was big. That was really big. It's bad news for the Enjoyers. They don't have fountains anymore. You can see how aggressive they are. They got level 13 and they immediately look for fights. It's the only way back into the game. Look for fights and try and win them, but they're losing Garrosh right at the beginning, so that's bad news. And now the rest of the team is being chased as well. So it's not looking too good for them. It was the only thing that they could do, honestly. It's what you have to do if you're in a situation like this. You gotta be aggressive. You gotta look for fights on an even talent tier. Try and win them, and that's your ticket back into the game. That's how you start a comeback. But if you lose that fight, then obviously it's tough. Now it's going to be a ring around the rosy game for now, just trying to go for some of those extra beacons. But it's not only that, it's the fight at the top. Ancestral is out and saved the day for a moment, but they're not out of the woods just yet. And you can already tell on the minimap how heavily they're being pushed back. Urel is trying to keep control over the bottom beacon. Hogga is starting to move in. Pongs around. Has a shockwave still that he can use. Nearly dead on the other hand. Junkrat wants him. There's the shockwave. And Quasar nearly gets the kill. But Stukov falls at the top. Now there is catapults to consider. They're also chasing good old Muradin over on the right side. And play gets wrecked. Now, they're starting a bit of a comeback here. The Enjoyers finally get some kills. And the question is just simply how much can they do as the game continues with those few kills. Because they're still 2 levels behind. They're 2 levels behind and they're also a talent behind. They have to also save the top, which should be fine. Junkrat is already on it. It's about the beacon though. And they are getting decent progress here. But they're also having minion waves already on the core. Catapults now slowly moving in. I mean, all of this is not too threatening just yet. Sylvanas takes over at the top and Muradin is back in a second. But you gotta be cautious now. Yeah, another attack is coming as they're trying to go for Chromie. Everybody is just lining up. Get the hell out of my team fight, but Chromie is dead. Use their ult regardless, and that's the end of Garrosh. So Garrosh gets killed. Sylvanas move towards the top. Is going for the kill against Junkrat and gets him. Junkrat is gone. Yasuo is dead though. A kill for a kill, but allowing the catapults to do more damage here. And of course, the beacon control is now firmly in the hands of the blue team. And if that is 100% Zerg wave for them, then it is going to be game. With one keep destroyed, the second keep this low, there's no way of saving it anymore. You just look at the heroes on the map alone, and that already gives you the big lead for the blue team. It's a 3 versus 2 situation, and that should allow them to push for the top keep while they are working on the objective, while they're getting the next Zerg wave, the next big one. So Tychus is moving into the middle. They're already giving this one up. They know it's going to get destroyed. Hogga comes in with the final blow, and that means that all of the structures are now gone. 88, 92%, and Tychus finally reclaims position here. I just don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be nearly enough. I don't think they have any chance to make a play around this. So, yeah, that's the bad news for them. Play is in... Hogger with the shockwave. Nice Ancestral, but Garrosh again gets wrecked. I mean, poor Garrosh is just a damage sponge at this point. He died 4 times already. Boss could be taken. I mean, honestly, they can do whatever they want here after they take Tychus out. They can go for boss and end it with that. They can just simply go for the objective. They already do that, and they have the 100%. So with Catapult pushing towards the core as we speak through the top lane and now through the bottom, this is going to be a foregone conclusion. There's absolutely no doubt anymore who's going to win game number 1 in this series. Even with level 60 now in their hands, there's just no chance for the Enjoyers to bring it back. They lose Junkrat, 13 kills to 7 now in total. And this is all she wrote. Chromie gets the blessing of the bronze, and that is game. Nobody there to defend anymore. The Zerg wave is coming in, and it is crushing the core. GG, well played. In this best of 5s, the Space Goofs take the lead, and the Enjoyers lose on Brax's holdout. Nicely done. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Battlefield of Eternity, second map in the best of 5 series here at the Banshee Cup. The Space Goofs with the lead against the Enjoyers. So, not too shabby. What are we getting? BOE is the map, so we're going to expect a lot of brawls, obviously. The question is also at the same time then what kind of main damage dealers we're getting from them. There's basically everything open. Sylvanas is gone. She's been played already, but you have Vala, you have Li Ming, you can go Lulnara if you want. Greymane is up, so there's plenty. Plenty of heroes that you can really go... Hanzo, obviously, also. There's plenty of heroes that you can now pick if you're just trying to focus on the immortal fights. I personally have to say, I love myself Vala with an arrow build. Like, lately we are even getting her... Rarely, but every now and then with an arrow build on other maps as well. It's just nice to see a hero. I have the same with Shulgin. Any hero that can stack so that they become a total monster in the late game is just fun, because it adds a different dynamic to it. And if there was anything that Blizzard did right in the past, and I believe it was just adding talents like that. Quest talents are super fun, they can be super enjoyable. Now, you can always argue that some of them should be a little bit stronger, some of them should be a little bit weaker, but just the idea behind them, I really like. It always reminds me of what we had, especially with Asmodan in the early stages, where teams would always try to go and play Asmodan and get him into the late game, and the opponent already knew, okay, if they have an Asmodan that knows how to stack, if they work as a team to do that, then we have to kill them early. And you had that dynamic play out in the past a lot on Tomb of the Spider Queen, for example. That's the early days, obviously. These days, the first problem that happens is that most people don't even know how to play Asmodan, because it's horrific. The amount of lower level games that are actually casted where people just throw out an Orb of Annihilation on a full health minion wave and expect that to do something is just staggering. And allies run around, blow minion waves apart, don't help them stack, and I'm always sitting there and like something dies inside of me when I see that. It is just such a waste. But if you... It's not a great hero, it's not somebody that you're going to see in tournaments a whole lot, but yeah, if you're playing, you know, your quick match, your Storm League game with a couple of friends, and you know what you're doing, then you can have a lot of fun with it. Uda gets banned, so does Blaze. We have Brightwing as our first pick for Battlefield of Eternity now. And let's go. I don't know why, but like Asmon always has a bit of a soft spot in my heart. Well, I have a soft spot for him. Same. Do you guys remember the Blood for Blood, 5 times Blood for Blood build? I think it was the Russians and the Ukrainians that came up with that strategy first. The team around Sevkaja and I think Stork was with him at the time. Where they were, like, the talent got completely removed, but basically what it did, like, it was a little bit of a... It was similar to Ancestral Wrath, I want to say, on Thrall, so it was a little bit of an insta damage that you can get on someone, and if you just stacked heroes that had that talent, and 5 of them, you could instantly delete anybody that was on the opponent's side. And Blizzard definitely didn't account for that at all. So when that was played for the first time, I think it won them 2 smaller tournaments, because the opponents just didn't have any idea. After it then got revealed, you know, you prevented them from having that by banning some heroes out or taking them away, and Blizzard eventually removed the talent completely from the game, which was a shame. But yeah, the good old Blood for Blood nuke build was kind of fun. That was a lot of interesting things. But yeah, Greymane as the damage dealer. Hanzo has been banned, so now we're still talking Li Ming, Vala, most likely. They banned Suljin, which is a shame. Love myself a good Suljin game. And we had a couple of really nice ones too. I mean, winner bracket final, anybody? That Tomb of the Spider Queen game, boy oh boy, that was crazy. Now if you haven't seen it yet, check it out, do yourself a favor. Team Ash going up against the Raiders was, I mean, the entire series was fun, but the final map in particular that they played was just absolutely... I'm not quite sure if I want to call it legendary, but it was a crazy game. It was super intense with a, I want to say, unexpected twist towards the end. So yeah, it was kind of nuts. Vala gets banned, so they banned 2 of the stacking heroes. That still leaves us with even Genji up. So you could go Genji, you could go Li Ming Greymane or something. You can definitely play and poke them out a bit. They go for the Panda, they go for Anduin. Alliance above all. Shut up. Yeah, Varian should have done that a little bit more to him. That would have solved so many problems. Whew. So yeah. Anyways, double pick towards the end on BOE now for the Enjoyers. I mean, they need all their damage. World's your oyster. Li Ming Genji? What's it gonna be? Genji Cassia. Alright. The wait is over. Nobody's waiting for you, Cassia. I'm sorry. That's not happening. Not in a game where Li Ming, Nova, Vala exist. That's just not a thing. I'm sorry. Okay. So, last but not least, are we gonna get some mage power? Chromie. Chromie was played, so yeah. Can still go Li Ming though. And? Oh, Imperius, triple frontline. Alright, I'm game. Triple frontline, good damage from Imperius. You get the additional CC, of course, as well. So, yeah, not too bad. Game number 2, Space Goofs against Enjoyers. Let's go. Game on! We got the Space Goofs against the Enjoyers, and the blue team has the lead in the best of 5. Now that we're in game number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity, we got Play on the left with Diablo, X-Ray on Anduin, Yaz on Imperius. Dobby is playing Greymane, and Dequaza with Chen. On the right side of the map, the Enjoyers with Arian on Genji, Ether on Cassia, we got Richu on Leoric, Lavakal on Brightwing, and Atrax, last but not least, is playing Jojo. So, good stuff. Who takes it? Is it going to be that 2-0 advantage that's going to give you an edge and forces the opponent to try and aim for a reverse sweep? Or are we just gonna see the blue team walk away with this? We have Genji now to try and put the fear into the opponent's hearts. And on the other side we have Anduin. Oh god. Nothing amuses me more than Blizzard trying to make him more manly in the last trailer, apparently. I'm not going to pretend that I'm really watching any of this, because I don't really do. And I haven't really played. Like, basically, so when I went to university, just before I went to university, I played tons of Diablo 2, right? Like, I was playing a crap ton, and it was so much fun. Diablo 2 was just amazing. And I played a lot. And then they released World of Warcraft, and it was just at the time when I started university, I believe. And I basically asked myself a simple question. I was like, alright, you know how much time you spend with Diablo 2? You know how much time you're currently also putting into casting Warcraft 3? If you start World of Warcraft, do you want to have a university degree or not? That was basically the question that I asked myself. And I decided that I would probably like to have a university degree, so I never touched World of Warcraft. And I honestly think it was probably a pretty good choice. I played it at some point, like very late, like I think just like 6-7 years ago. I tried it once and it bored the hell out of me. I really think it's one of those games where you had to be there. I had to be there on the ground at the time, but yeah, it was just like insanely boring. But I saw some of my friends play and really get into it, and I was just like, yeah, it was probably a good choice to just like stay away from that and focus a little bit on the university. So yeah, either way. But okay, At this point, we got the first blood, 1 kill against 0. Those two sentences kind of bled into each other. And the wall is already getting destroyed, so nice early pressure from the Enjoyers. Good for them. Yeah, and all the way up at the top. That's what we got now with level 4. Leo is still going for the camp. Imperius comes in. And on level 4, we're getting the Paralyzing Rage right there. Down at the bottom of the map, this is all the camps that they're going for, because the objective is getting announced. But the camp has not been decided yet. The first one went over to the red team, but here, I think this was also going to go to the Enjoyers. They're taking Imperius down as well, so he's dropped. Now we have Greymane over on the left side, just doing his thing here. So, yeah, so far so good. Play sitting at the bottom of the map with Diablo. I kind of feel they should have made different, like, I don't know, different kill animations or something. It feels so strange to have the Lord of Terror going to a minion and hitting it slowly and the minion taking a little bit of damage. Diablo should just go there, pick it up and eat it. Just like pick up a minion and just like bite into it, blood splatters everywhere, and then he just like throws it away. That's a Lord of Terror, right? Like that's terrifying. When you see that, you're terrified. That's terror to me. But if you just see him there, it's like, oh, pew, pew. And the minion loses a little bit of its hit point, who cares? I was like, yeah, not terrified at all. But they're going to be terrified of going up against the 100% shield immortal a bit late to the party, aren't they? So Greymane is taking over on the left side, trying to do some damage. Over here though, ooh, good damage against at least Genji. But they're, oh, nice wall stun as well. I just don't think that they can salvage the situation here. Greymane is doing what he can, but he does not have a clear that matches the 5-man push of the Enjoyers. So that's the big immortal. Nah, not that big. I mean, 50%. 50% for the first one. That's alright. That's good. That's not too bad. So, yeah. Push towards the top and see what they can do here. Anduin in the meantime with the piercing light. And at the bottom of the map, I like these rotations. They see everybody going topside to defend and they're like, you know what? What about if you just go down to the bottom of the map and drop 50% of their fort? How about that? The Enjoyers are definitely off to a good start here. Game number 1 didn't go their way, but now in the second game they're looking good. Leoki might activate his trade here, and yep, does trade value. And at the top it's another fort that it falls. The Enjoyers with some seriously nice play on Battlefield. I like it. I like it a lot. Anduin is the desperate prayer, which I absolutely understand. Anduin just like kneeling down, desperately praying, be like, dear God, please make my daddy love me. And Varian just stands in the corner, no! Nope. So yeah. But again, daddy issues. Either way, the drain is happening. The Quasar is enjoying a little bit of panda time. We have 2 kills to 1, but structures destroyed, and the Enjoyers firmly in the driver's seat here. So they're not looking too bad. If that is going to survive level 10 in the mid-game, that's a different question, but at least for now, they are doing very well here. So good on them. The attacks against Ether keep happening down here as well. They're making a bit of a play. Yasuo low, and he goes down. Another kill for the red team. Fat Illidan is jumping out of the battle. The Quasar are trying to rush away here. And they're losing ground by the second. I mean, damn. The Enjoyers are really stepping it up for this one, aren't they? So the Oriki is down, but if they trade him properly, that's okay. The problem is that they're going to lose more than him. Atrax is low, and Diablo comes in and drops her. Nice. Trying to take the Pana down to you, Shabby, but Dequaz is going to be absolutely fine here. He's going to be absolutely alright. So, with that, we have Chen now starting to do his thing. Yeah, Fat Illidan jumps in again, but misses the kill. Oh, that could have been cool. If he was able to get in on Genji and just take him down too as the Immortal gets announced, that would have been pretty sweet. So, as is, we now have 4 kills to 2, both of them on level 9.5. The camp gets claimed, and I guess they can at least try and take the wall out. But they've suffered in structures a lot, so now with level 10 abilities, they have to really just sync things up, step it up, and then do their thing. Yeah, this is going to be pretty important, because if the Joyers just continue the way that they've been playing this so far, they're just going to roll over the Space Goofs. Here's the ults, barrel is in as usual. By now we also get the bullet. Of course, and light bomb. So Illidan, Fat Illidan, I mean, Chen, he can get now a quick jump. I mean, Diablo can engage with light bomb as well, but I suppose that it's going to be Chen for the most part. That's the delivery system that you're getting from Imperius too. They're already starting to jump out. There's the connect with the stun as they're trying to come in again. And, well, that's not too much. No, but somebody has to deal with this one as well. There's a catapult and a camp at the top. So, yeah, gotta deal with that quickly. They want the victory on the objective though, and they might get it. And Tomb is already out. Here comes the barrel, and only top keg plays from our boy Chen. Oh, nice. There's the start against 3. Well done. Nequaza with a good light bomb engage. They nearly have the Immortal, but their top is suffering, and that's not the only thing that's suffering. Imperius is dead. Yeah, Imperius is not only suffering from an overblown ego, but also from a lack of hit points. Greymane and Anduin follow, and that is, again, the Enjoyers with big plays and big damage. The keep at the top has taken damage already, so the Enjoyers are doing work here, and now they can go for the Immortal and claim another one, which will definitely remove the fort from the bottom of the map. So the Enjoyers just with full-on momentum in game number 2, really bringing the pain now. 32,000 damage for Cassia, we got 21,000 for Chen. And he's top damage for them. Greymane is nowhere near that. Now, to be fair to Greymane, he also was posted on the Immortal during huge parts of these fights. So that's another one. But yeah, down at the bottom of the map, let's see what they can do here. Illidan has died 3 times, so has Leorki. And bye-bye Fort. That one's gone, and they know it too. But here we have Leoric escorting catapults in, and this keep is suffering, and Genji is saying, hello, sir. May I help you a little bit on this one? And that's the keep. Keep destroyed 9 minutes into the game. And the fort at the bottom of the map has also fallen. So, yeah, they are totally dominating this. They're really outplaying the Space Goofs right now. The Enjoyers, they're thriving on chaos as usual, and they're just doing a stellar job. Structurally, they're so far ahead, it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's going to be tough to come back in. It's not impossible. They're only trailing. They're not even trailing by an entire level. So they're very close, just generally speaking. But we'll see what they can do overall here. I mean, yeah. The question is really, can they sync anything up in order to make this work now? AKA, get some kills, get an objective, get on any of that. So far, not really the case. But all you need is some late game victories in big fights, and then you can bring this back. But of course, they're running out of time. Essentially, they have 1 Immortal left, I'd say, with them missing a keep already. If they're losing the next Immortal and then the next keep, then it should be over, unless the red team just throws hard. Which can happen, don't get me wrong. But I would assume that they're gonna do their best to prevent this. And just play it safe after that. They've taken a couple of risks and they've taken a couple of aggressive engagements. But once that you have all your keeps removed from your opponent, you can just take it slow and let the catapults do the job for you. At least most of it. So yeah, damage is coming. They're poking on the camp, but they're not committing fully or anything. Next Immortal is being announced. It's 13 versus 13. And here is, I think, the final chance for the blue team. They have to make some headway here, or it's going to be a problem. Now Chen is trying to just like burn everything down up here at the top, but there will be another camp that comes in soon. And the Immortal is spawning in 5. Blue team, of course, very eager to take now an aggressive position, force a fight, and make a play here. But, yeah. Already starting to slow them down a bit. Atrax at... Oh, dodges! Nice! Didn't even see it coming and dodges it. Good job. Dodges the lunge. They're really trying to go for Jojo. Oi, they nearly got the kill. But they still missed out. Now Leo's coming in for another drain and also an entomb to stop them. That camp at the top still going to be problematic for the Space Goofs if they're sticking it out here. The attack is coming. They're trying to make play for play, and Diablo is down. Diablo gets wrecked, light bombed with the barrel as they're trying to go for Cassia, and she might fall. Ether still alive for a little bit longer, and Bribing now coming in, assisting even further. That's the end of Anduin, and even with Cassia falling, they still have the numbers advantage for a couple of seconds until Diablo's back to business. Brightwing is gone. The camp is already on the core together with catapults. The shield is falling, and the shield is falling quickly at that. Half a level until 16, and times are tough for the Space Goofs. Yep, this push over here, the double catapult, is definitely going to nibble on the core hit points a bit. Not too much, though. Not strong enough just yet to take it out fully. But looking good on the Immortal as well. So Anduin is trying to rejoin in the fight. The next catapult is already pushing through the top. So that's the next one. We have 42,000 for Cassia, 29,000 for Imperius. Greymane, is he going to at least take the catapult out? No, he's not. So now the minions are going to move over in just a moment. There's more catapults just popping up. Less shield used by Jojo. They're trying to make the next play. They're coming in. Anduin with a pull. They try for Dequaza. They try for play. They're going for the front, and Diablo doesn't have the souls anymore. Diablo does not have soul stacks. Here comes another light bomb attempt, but this is not connecting. And 16 is on the board now for the red team. And again, here comes the next problem. We have 2 more catapults pushing in, with a third one on the way. They are desperately trying to win the Immortal, and at least now it's looking better for the Space Goofs. So they're fighting back tooth and nail, but they're still 2 levels down in a talent. Can they get some kills? That's what they need. That's what they really, really need here. And Yasuo is gone. Yasuo is gone. Diablo is gone. And now they can essentially go for the Immortal. Top has to be defended. There's 3 catapults coming in, and that is just too much. The blue team retreating. Their opponents on the Immortal trying to win another one. They took the minion wave out over on the left. The catapult's still standing, but one of them already baited into the middle, trying to take the tower down here as once more Greymane falls. Dobby eliminated. Chen is doing his best. Equaza is trying to buy them a bit of time as Cassia is attempting to take the Immortal down and guarantee them victory. With the Panda gone, this is looking like an imminent disaster. It's not only the top lane that gets pressured, there's also catapults down here at the bottom of the map as Anduin gets murdered, so he's now destroyed. They can save those lanes for now, but what they cannot do is win the Immortal any longer. At least I don't see it. They don't have the damage output right now in order to make that happen. So this is bad news, to say the least, for the Goofs. The Goofs are likely done. This is not going to be an insane shield, but just look at the pressure. Blessed shield is in. Jojo maybe a little bit too optimistic here. There was nobody there to properly follow up on any of it. Genji, 0 deaths, the only one that hasn't died yet in the game. Catapults on the bottom keep. And the more damage they can do to that keep before the Immortal is even there, the better their chances to take the core out now. And I just don't see it. I mean, how are you going to bring this back? How are you going to make a play now in order to bring this back properly? Like, I don't think this is going to be a thing. And, yeah. Bad times. Bad times for the Goofs. Now, they have the lead in the series, so good for them. But it seems like we're going to have a bit of a closer match on our hands now. Teams are fighting to stay in the tournament, right? You don't want to end up in 4th place. You want to move on. You want to get to that grand final and fight for the tournament victory. The keep is gone. Can they go for a core? The Immortal is already at 50% HP. It's 13 kills to 6 right now. No talent advantages. But they need kills. They look for Diablo. Oh, the Entomb still catching them. Imperius trying to get out. Everybody is turning into a pirate. Arrgh, as they hit the buttons and go for the ult. But the core is already losing some hit points at least. They're killing Cassia and they're killing Leoric. They're actually holding. They are holding 84% on the core. And they hold with 3 kills that they're gonna get. But this is too late, isn't it? This is too little too late. Yeah. Finally. Jojo dies. It's 16 minutes into the game. You haven't taken a single fort out. Both are still standing. And you have nothing left. I mean, nothing. Those catapults are gonna murder them. I don't see a chance for them to bring it back. I mean, I love the fighting spirit, don't get me wrong. I really love it. I would love nothing more than them actually starting a comeback here and making that happen. I just don't see it unless the Enjoyers are fully inting here or not. If the Enjoyers are feeding individual heroes into them, then yeah, maybe they can do something. But if the Enjoyers just play it smart and slow, catapults are going to win the game. So let's see what the Space Goofs can do. I would be more than impressed if they can win this game. It would be incredible. I would love it. I just don't see it. So right now, red team is starting to get their act together here. Got catapults pushing. I would have expected someone to stay here and deal at least with the camp, but they have to, of course, also deal with the top. Yeah, well, to an extent. I mean, it's going to lose some hit points, but there's still a wall standing, so they're going to be fine. Yep. Already. And now that the Immortal is spawning, this is the real bad news. Because now you're forced into a fight in the middle. This is where the red team has to play it slow. Objective spawns, play it slow. Just don't lose heroes, play it slow, make sure that your opponent doesn't get an easy win anywhere, and escort some catapults in. That's all that you gotta do. Control the lanes, get to level 20, which is of course the next big step for them, and just start and defend a little bit. You can already see that Leoric is just trying to push everything in, so he doesn't even really have to do anything. They need to send Chen back now, so then it's a numbers advantage that you have in the middle of the map. They have level 20, which gives us immediately Buried Alive and also the Living Weapon. Brightwing going for the intensive wins here after his initial pick on level 10. So yeah, they got a lot of potential on that now. Top lane catapults also accumulating over here, so that's the next problem. And they can just play this slow, cool, calm, collected. Take fights with the level 20 advantage, not push them too hard, and just see what's possible. Yeah, Leo gets attacked and is still able to get out. Didn't even have to activate his trade. Yeah, Brightwing with a heal. Catapults on both lanes. Imperius is dead, and that is a 4 versus 5. The Blessed Shield is missing, but it doesn't even matter. Play is also getting destroyed. Diablo gone, Greymane gone, and so are the hopes and dreams of the Space Goofs. Yep, they were dreaming until now that they could maybe, just maybe bring this game back, but it turned out to be a nightmare after all. So, 9 kills to 16. We're at 18, 19 minutes in. The catapults are coming, and so is the red team. And that's gonna be it. Diablo dies again. This time he is down for the full duration. There's 3 catapults moving through the top lane. 1 down here at the bottom. The core is already getting murdered. And this is a tie in the series. Well done by the Enjoyers. They came back with a vengeance. Took the victory on Battlefield of Eternity and tied things up in this best of 5. Nicely done. Well played. GG. Aldrich Pass, game number 3. So, we are in for a bit of a closer series. Now, the first couple of bans will happen very quickly because there was, by accident, a pick into a support that was already played. So, they had to restart the draft. So, don't be surprised if the first picks at least are going to happen pretty quickly. Which is why I already can tell you that Abathar is going to be taken as the first, or will be taken as the first pick for the blue team, which is pretty cool. I really like that. Because with Abathar claim, that essentially means that we could even see Monty as a bounty. Now, I don't really think it's going to happen because we are so late in the tournament right now that teams don't want to risk anything and they really want to fight now for the tournament victory and therefore all the prize money here. But, I mean, we have seen Monty 2 times now. It failed both times. But Yasuo, I believe, has already played it once. And I have to say that, again, I don't want to shit talk him, but I think he was the one that played it the last time. And I just want to see if he does it again, because the first time it felt that he just didn't read the talent and has never played with Monty, which I don't believe for a moment, because Abathar has been around for so long that I want to see what they're going to do right now. So, yeah. Are they going to play it again? That's the big question. Abathar is in the house. X-Ray with Lucio, Dobby on Jaina, and on the right side we have Hanzo and Uther. So, Aldrich Pass is our third map. One team is going to take the lead here, and if you have Abathar, a copy on Jaina is obviously going to be great. So just the picks alone already indicate that we're not going to get Monty. We have Tyrael on the other side, and, well, on top of that we have obviously Sergeant Hammer coming in as the final ban. Uther technically could be played as a main tank too. But, yeah, let's see. I don't really think so, but you could go for an Uther main tank and then get a second support in. But traditionally, when you do that, you wouldn't go for Hanzo necessarily here. It's always nice when we get those Uther plays. Ooh, and we get Varian. Varian plus Sonya. So that's a lot of stuns and CC that you already have. Not only coming from ult, but also then from Uther himself here. So, yeah. Let's see what they can do with that. I mean, Sonya, Varian, you get Uther also on top of that. If Sonya, for example, goes lead, doesn't even have to, but if she does, then they're having CC on every single hero there. D.Va! Okay! D.Va as our side laner for the team. And we get Stitches. So a bit of isolation play. Stitches moving in with a hook. Jaina with all that burst damage that you can bring into the game. So, yeah. Looking good here. I like it. The final pick for the Enjoyers, as they, of course, hope to win 2 in a row now. And make their way into this. This is the moment, you know, where they're picking their real tank and it gets revealed that Varian is being played with Twin Blades. I'm just joking. This is never going to happen. Maybe in Banshee Cup season number 2. So they go for Medivh. More safety. Can definitely also move into the back of the opponent's team and try and get some hits in. But yeah, either way, Aldroid pass everybody. It's game number 3, so let's go straight in. We have the Goofs going up against the Enjoyers. Game number 3, we are on Aldrich Pass X-Ray. On Lucio, we got play on Stitches. Yasuo is playing Abathur. Dequaza with Diva. That was a bit of a surprise, I have to say. And we have Dobby on Jaina. On the right side of the map, the Enjoyers, everyone, with Arian on Medivh, Ether on Hanzo, Lavakal with Uther, Richu with Sonya, and Itrax is playing Varian. So, taunt Varian. There's no way we're gonna get meme blades. It's just not happening. I had some hopes that maybe Monstro... Well, he goes for High King's Quest. I still don't see it, but, I mean, time will tell. So, let's see what they're doing here. The Enjoyers with High King's Quest on Varian. Oh god, no. Don't tell me they're really doing it. I think level 4 is going to be highly anticipated by everybody watching this. Everybody is like, oh my god, are they doing it? So yeah, it's going to get wild. Let's see what we're getting. We have up at the top already Sonya. I can't see past High King's Quest. Please, dear god, make it stop. Oh god. Okay, so we have Abathur. Yeah, I mean, again, Yasuo I think already played it once, and it didn't see... I have some hope that Yasuo, you know, he played Monstrosity once and he thought, okay, we're going to win this game anyways. They didn't, and then he started to, you know, say like, you know what, guys, I'm actually going to read what the talent does and how you probably play, and then I'm going to show you how it's really done. So that this is a bit of a redemption arc for him, where he comes in, plays Monty again, controls the macro game, and just absolutely murders everything. Dequaza pausing indicates to me that they talked to Yasuo and he's now reading up on Monstrosity and how to properly control it. This is the only explanation of why they're pausing the game right now. Nobody has dropped. Everybody is still here, so yeah, they definitely gave a little bit of time over to Abathur to read what Monstrosity does, how you probably tunnel from one lane to another, and what you can do when you fully stack it. And you know, Yasuo's just sitting here like, oh, that's how you do it. Alright, perfect. So yeah, clearly this is what happened here. Not for a second will I believe that there were some problems with audio, with, I don't know, like some peripherals, or maybe just somebody that had to readjust his monitor settings, or whatever else it could have been. No. It was definitely him reading up on things because he wants to prep for his level 10. The moment of truth! Pick it! Pick something! That fucker doesn't pick his talent! Like, what the hell? Pick your level 4! Itrax, this is not cool. This is not okay. This is a yellow card right here. Pick your talent, dude. He's toying with us. No! He went smash! That's the wrong talent. That's the wrong talent, dude. That is not a bounty. It has to be meme blades. Oh boy, but yeah, he trolled everyone with it. He didn't pick taunt, but that's not what the bounty is about. They're going for extra damage. I'm not quite sure why, honestly. Like, why would you go for smash now? It would be too funny, you know, if he couldn't, like... the funniest thing, if he never played neither smash nor meme blades in his life, and it was always just taunt, and now he was just hovering the talents, trying to read which one's which, and that accidentally picked the wrong one. But if the entire idea here was to take meme blades in the first place, just imagine that for a moment. So yeah, no bounty attempt for them. We have just Varian screaming a lot. We have, in addition to that, also a lot of stacks, by the way, now for Medivh. So he's sitting at 18 stacks already. And yeah. Hurrah! Smash, in my opinion, is just Varian's way of relieving the pain that he feels whenever he realizes that Anduin is his son. It's that scream of pain. This is nothing physical. It's nothing where he just, has physical pain and screams because of it, or he tries to unleash some stress. No, it's like that deep-rooted sadness, that deep-rooted emotional pain of looking on family pictures and realizing that you're related to Anduin. That is what's that about. And listen to it closely the next time that he does it, and you'll see that I'm correct. You'll actually see that's exactly what's happening here. So, yeah. That pain is rooted in deep emotions. So, 7-7 is what we're now getting. We have so far not a single kill. The Abathur team at the top is still using the slot to control the lane as best as they can, but the fight at the bottom of the map is already coming in again as they're going for, well, seems like they're going for Medivh, trying to get a kill here. D.Va also explosion, but no value. They zone them away in an attempt to get the first objective. It's actually the Abathur team pushing for it, and now D.Va with a symbiote is trying to go in and do some work here. The quick hook is coming out, but it doesn't connect. D.Va has also gone in to hit the nitrous. They are starting to get a bit of a lead on the objective, but they're not going to be able to get the cavalry. Still a chance for a bounty, by the way. Could still be monstrosity. The problem is I don't really believe it since we have Jaina on the other side. The Jaina copy is just way too good to pass up on. So, yeah. But a man can dream. A man can dream. I have a dream, and it is seeing Monty being victorious one day, once again. The good old times. Backdoor Abathur, anybody? Oh, Abathur. He still is fun. He still is fun, but he was so much more fun. All those locust builds that you could use and just drive your opponent into eternal madness. Pretty crazy. Level 9 versus level 9, and we don't have a single kill yet. Maybe now. Nope, the shield is out. Could get a portal, of course, too. And we get one, so they can go for Lucio, which they haven't really needed to do just yet. Medivh is at 31 stacks. Ooh, and he's picking up a few more. So now we're looking at 33. And Arion eats the explosion. He doesn't die, though. It would have been fantastic if he just died to the explosion and lost his stacks at 33 to 35. Boy, would I think about it. Not just dying, but dying to a D.Va explosion. Yeah. It was a pretty good position, by the way, for the explosion in the first place. Really zoned them there. So now that we're getting into level 10, Abathur, again, it's going to be Ultimate Evolution. We get, by the way, Putrefaction on level 7. And, oh, the bubble from Lucio. Okay. Yeah, so he goes straight into the sound barrier. And Leap! We get Leap! Leap is in the house. So they can now use... They have CC on pretty much... And Monty! They go for Monty! Lucio is dead and they try for the bounty. They try for a bounty. It is the Yasuo redemption arc. But his team is griefing. His team is griefing. Monty at the top is doing things and everybody else at the bottom of the map is currently dying. So 2 kills to 0 as both Lucio and Stitches have been eliminated. And topside, is he finally going for a little bit of Monty control? Just now, get a symbiote, put Monty here and let it push in. No, don't let it take the lead. Don't. No, don't. Move it back. Move it back. Move it back. He doesn't deserve this. Yasuo. No, he does. No! Not cool. Not cool at all. Now they're saving the objective at the bottom of the map at least. But, yep, it's 3 kills to 0. They get Monty now. And, yeah, he just wasted again. I can't watch this again. Yeah, so please tell me that you read the talent this time. You can change lanes with Monty. You can also control him. And you can get real good value out of him later on. So for the love of God, please stop just like... just dropping Monty onto a lane and then abandoning him. I am having abandoning issues just watching this. So, yeah, too much. Just too much. But okay, again, we're gonna monitor it. 40 seconds and Monty is back. But look at the amount of CC that we have from the Enjoyers. It's actually kind of funny that they... Oh, arrow. Nice! And a Jaina kill! Jaina down, big arrow, big kill, and also the stun. Ether with value. Little bit of move straight here in the middle, so yeah, good on that. And they get the wall. Now boosting up towards the top, but they have to deal with the objective. So, yeah. Right now, we also get Putrid Bile, not even going for Gorge. Putrid Bile and Monty, I mean, whoa. And Varian going Smash instead of Taunt. What year is this? What are we watching? Quest is completed for Medivh, so that's good for him. Monty is technically back up. Nothing really where you can use him right now, though. That's the problem. Unless they're focusing their attention on individual lanes. Yeah, oh! It tracks! Damn! Getting the damage out here. D.Va getting killed. I don't think he saw that coming. Quasar definitely a bit surprised by the damage output, I'd say. In the middle, yeah, this is a moment for Monty right here. This is a Monty moment. But he wants to push it on the side lanes. Fort at the bottom of the map gets destroyed. They're trying to defend the top. Rotation is happening. Yeah, over here, Monty could definitely be used right now. Use Monty and make Khaldor happy. Top fort, let's see how much they can get there. Okay, I think this is the end of Arian. Oh, even with the portal. Even with the portal, they can't save it. So, yeah, right now the Quasar is sitting down at the bottom of the map. And all the way at the top, they pushed it out to you. It's level 14 versus 14. The kill count, on the other hand, that's the real concern. Because with 5 kills to 1, it's pretty clear that the Enjoyers are in the driver's seat right now. Yeah, bottom of the map. Yasuo already moved in. And where's Monty when you need it? You need to treat Monty like a Tamagotchi. I keep saying it. It is basically a Nexus Tamagotchi. That's what it is. If you nurture it, if you take care of it, then it will reward you later on. So yeah, there's the chance. So Yasuo, come on. Come on, buddy. Monty up, my friend. Yeah. Not so much. It's all about D.Va at the bottom of the map. They are going for a boss, though. I really have the feeling that the Space Goofs are again just reacting to what's going on around them and are having a tough time with it. So yeah, boss at the top, at least they sniffed it out, so now they can make a move here and try and do their best. Variants already, and they're not going to, you know, they're just going to let that happen. They don't go for a counter boss and nothing like that. So I'm starting to get a little bit worried here, because it seems that the Enjoyers can get away with any kind of play that they want to make. Any play that they want to do, there's very little reaction. There's the ley line now. Yeah, arrow connects with Jaina, and so does all the rest of the damage, and she is gone. Jaina is dead. Monty hasn't been used again. And topside, we're now getting the boss hammering away at the fort and taking it down. And they're just going for a double boss play. I mean, the Space Goofs are really just... they're not really doing anything. Monty, by the way, has not been used again. Now we have Monty used. Monty is... where's Monty? Did Monty die? Am I missing something? Monty got a pair... no, Monty is on the top lane. Alright, Monty's on the top lane. No, come on, dude. Like, there's nothing that you're doing right now. There's literally nothing that you're doing. Like, move it back. Tunnel it into the base. I don't care. I swear to God he hasn't read the talent. Read the talent. Read it. He just let... what? He just lets it die. He seriously doesn't know what the talent does. He has no idea. Monty is dead again. Did not get saved. You could simply tunnel it back to the Nexus, let it heal up, and then like push the lane again. Yasuo at this point, I mean, dude, on game number 1, the first time he did it, maybe, but here there was nothing to do on the map even. That's a good kill. They get Medivh. Unfortunately for them, he already completed his quest, but there's a double kill. Putrid Bile use and everything else. So, yeah, nicely done. Quest also completed for Jaina, so that's something. Finally, she has Ice Block. There were a few situations already where Ice Block would severely have helped her. But yeah, kind of unfortunate. Sonya has to jump out to prevent the worst. 2 forts are gone. The bosses are finally defended against. But now they could possibly push here in the middle. They want to go for the camp though. We're 13 minutes in, so the objective is starting to get stronger. And this is the moment. With Uther down for another 20 seconds, there's definitely an opportunity here. They are getting, I don't want to say too greedy. No, they're not getting too greedy. They are just trying to get everything that they can. In a 5 versus 3, you can definitely get away with that. So that's what they're doing. So right now, we're having the push for the middle. Possibly, at least a little bit of damage being done here. And yeah. So, I'm gonna watch Abathar. If he does it again, I'm gonna call Child Protective Services and I'm gonna report him for abuse, because this is just not cool what you're seeing here. So yeah, Monty is back in 6. They get the objective. Quickly zoning everybody out with the D.Va bomb, so yeah, good for them. And Monty is down at the bottom of the map. Monty's in the house. Gets a couple of stacks together. Next minion wave is in, so on that they should be fine. And this is big potential, by the way. You can push with the rest of the team in the middle and maybe even the top, and then you just move Monty back just a little bit so that the cavalry is taking over. That's all that you got to do here. Monty with 9 stacks. Big team fight again. They're trying to go for D.Va here. We have 3 to 6. Nice. The leap. The follow-up stun. And they do not get a kill. Divine Shield on Uther. Everybody is trying to get away. Symbiote is in, and maybe the kill on Varian. Nah, they're getting out. They're getting out. So, bottom of the map, the party still continues. This is a big push, and up at the top, he's pushing with Symbiote. So that's 2 forts that are being targeted right now, with the middle already destroyed. They are taking a lead in experience. The Space Goofs are actually ahead. Moving down to the bottom of the map, as Monty is stacking, sitting on 20. And he symbiotes a minion? What? What are you doing? Alright. There's the hook. And they are trying for Hanzo Leyline. Ah, the portal. The fight is coming. Yep, and they kill Hanzo. Hanzo is dead. Then, on the other hand, it seems like, well, Medivh falling is great. Helping hand, and Varian is down. Neat. They got the helping hand, and now they're able to take everyone out, but they're losing Lucio. This is the chance for Monty. No, not again. Not again. Yasuo, I hate you a little bit. The keep is taking damage. I think they could have taken that keep there. I think there was a huge chance for Abathar. There was nothing else to do. It's just pushing the middle out. You could have just moved Monty back a little bit. Maybe the keep even falls. I guarantee you, if he would have moved Monty back, that keep is gone. I mean, honestly, does anyone believe that the keep would have survived? Oh, of course not. Keep would have definitely been destroyed. 6 kills to 7, level 20 for both of them. They must have some kind of internal bet going on where it's like he never can symbiote Monty. Something like that. So, yeah, Yasuo, I am personally disappointed. I am pretty impressed, though, what the blue team is doing, because they're clearly playing with a massive handicap here. The Abathar player has not read his level 10 description. So, they are now not only in the driver's seat when it comes to structures destroyed, but they're getting the boss at the top. 38,000 damage on D.Va. It's pretty impressive. It's really impressive from Dequaza. Good damage here. D.Va is top damage on the blue team, which is kinda nuts. And yeah, the boss at the top has to be dealt with, so they can now technically go down to the bottom of the map, take the boss here, and make the exact same play. So on level 20, we got Hive Mind, of course. We also have the gas back. Abathar is a gas back in this game. Yasuo is one. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, as they go for that, there's also a nice push coming through the middle. I mean, Abathar is doing work, don't get me wrong. The symbiote plays that we're getting from him are solid. We also have him with the adrenaline boost here, just empowering players on his team, as Medivh is trying to ley line the hell out of this at the bottom of the map. Well, not really. If everybody would line up, he might be tempted, but obviously that's not the case. So this boss should destroy the bottom keep, which puts them even more so in the driver's seat. Monty is back up, but doesn't get used at the top lane. This is kind of the opportunity to use Monty at the top lane too, because now you have the objective at the bottom of the map. Everybody's at the bottom of the map. Yasuo, drop it right now, and then move it back and use it again. But this is the moment, right here, when everybody is just going at the bot lane on the boss and for the camp. Alright, he's a bit late to the party, but we got the monstrosity. Even symbiotes it! Nice! I'm impressed. Now just move it back behind this wave. Just move it back. No! Actually, he did it. He did it. I let that... that counts. That counts. That's a win. That counts. He moved Monty back, and that actually counts. So now they go for the objective. Monty still fighting it out at the top, and is gonna take this null out. And yep, that definitely counts. Good move. I mean, I'll take anything at this point. Even the smallest thing, guys. I'm gonna take it. It's fine. Oh, boy. Somebody must have told him. But yeah, so as they are still fighting for... The keeper at the bottom of the map, by the way, has not been destroyed. The boss was not strong enough yet. So up here at the top, they're still pushing. Monty is getting a little bit stronger. Really helps with that pressure play. So they could get damage on the keep. I would love for him to move Monty back just once more, by the way. He's not doing it, but that would be great. That would give them access to the keep for sure. Just one more time behind the minion wave. But down here, the big party starting now. Of course, he has to focus on Symbiote. Divine Shield is already out. Nice ley line being used. They're making the move there. Top side pushing. Monty's still going strong. Keep at the bottom of the map has also been destroyed. So they're winning on 2 lanes right now. And they can go for the objective. And Monty is on the structures. So, a Symbiote here. Nice! Look at this! Damn! He's definitely listening to the stream. He's definitely listening to the stream. And then he's just like, oh shit, I can move it? Damn, I can't read, so I didn't know. Yasu, I'm impressed. He's a good dad after all. I knew it all along. This, on the other hand, this hurts them. They're likely going to take the keep at the top out, but they're losing too much. Jaina's gone, Stitches is gone, and the red team is now making plays. But as I said before, now you've all of a sudden... Monty is fully stacked. Now you're all of a sudden in a good spot. Yeah, Monty gets slammed down. Could get some damage in here. But yeah, Sonya's gonna take care of it. That's 2 armor shields removed though. 2 armor shields are now gone. And now it's just a question of whether or not the Enjoyers are coming back. Guys, we could see a bounty completed in this game. I did not expect that teams this late would still go for bounties with this much on the line. But they're doing it. And they're getting value. Look at the siege damage also from Abathur. 183,000. 2 keeps destroyed. And one of the keeps... The second he started moving Monty, they took a keep out. Just saying. The second that he actually started to use the monstrosity, they dropped the keep. Coincidence? I don't think so. So, 6 kills to 9. Game's not over yet. Game is definitely not over yet. You still have to go up against all the shenanigans that are going on here on the side of the red team. And they just took an objective for themselves. So yeah, they just got that. And we are now 21 minutes in. So that objective is gonna smack. That is gonna hit. And it is likely going to hurt. So you have to be super careful around it now. We got 6 kills to 9. At the top lane, we still have, yep, this one pushing out. I don't think they're necessarily going to lose keeps here. They might. It depends on how quickly they can defend with Jaina. The ley line also being used, but already Stitches with a pretty good ult here, making it difficult for them to engage and move in. But the top and the bot lane are now heavily pressuring, and that's a problem. So the middle has been defeated. That's at least a bit of a win. They're going down to the bottom of the map to make the same play right here. And yeah, that's... well, it's taking some damage. It's going to be down to 50. I think the top lane is probably what they should be worried about the most. Abathur can also drop Mule in order to repair this one up, and has to. But they are poking. They're trying to take the Mule out too. They want to destroy this as quickly as they can, and they have to give one up. They're realizing it as well. They know that they can't save everything here. As long as they're not using a second armor shield, they're going to be fine. But you can tell that the Enjoyers still have a very solid shot at taking this game. This is not over yet. The Space Goofs can push for core. If they win a team fight, they can definitely go for core. If your opponent only has a single armor shield remaining on their main structure, that's the opportunity to take the game. And now Monty is gonna play on the side lane where the keep has been destroyed. And honestly, here is where the monstrosity can really shine. But if he wants to get any kind of value out of it, they also gotta make sure that they're playing this properly. This is an interesting one. I'm actually surprised that the Enjoyers are allowing for that to happen. Because the Enjoyers are now taking a boss at the top. We have one taken at the bottom, and this one is going to go for core. They're going to just push for core here. I think they're going to push for core, aren't they? The top keep is going to fall. They have to. If they're not pushing for core, then the top keep is going to fall. They won't be able to defend this quickly enough. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Yeah, it's definitely going to get interesting here. So they're starting to poke. They want them. There's no Gorge. Keep that in mind. It's all about Puric Bile for him. Top side, this one is going to fall. Abathur is trying to slow it down as best as he can. The question is, can that boss actually take down the blue team's core? That's the big question right now. Because once that he destroyed the top keep, it means that there's no armor shield left. Monty is coming in, clearly MVP right now. They're all hoping that he is going to deliver the final blow. They know that he's the main player, so they're escorting him in, and that's going to be the big play. There's already the arrow. Leave has been used. Uther is dead, but he has Redemption. Redemption, Uther, the core is getting attacked. The boss of the red team is also on the left side going for core, and it's a win. Yes, the Space Goofs. We have a bounty, baby. Monty for the victory. Haha, GG, the Space Goofs with the W on Aldrich Pass. Game number 4, Infernal Shrines, and a bounty has been completed. Congratulations to the Space Goofs. I mean, just saying, the first time that Yasuo started control the monstrosity, they took a keep down. The second time that he started controlling the monstrosity, they took the core down. Just saying, sleeper OP right here. Oh god, no, but it was actually pretty cool. So yeah, they were able to take a bounty out. In case that you want to have a look at the remaining bounties, I'll show them real quickly on the screen again. So now we have 2 teams that actually successfully completed a bounty. The Bratwurst boys were able to complete the no healer bounty, and now Monty has been played by the Space Goofs. Now, we could see additional bounties obviously as this tournament progresses. I personally don't really think that we're going to get... Well, maybe at some point we're going to get another one, maybe in the grand final even, but generally speaking, I think it's not going to be too many. I already said that we're going to adjust slightly for season number 2 in order to incentivize teams more than we are currently doing, and also the bounty system will kick in a little bit sooner than that. We also adjust the tournament system slightly for it. You can, for example, not really play a bounty system if you just have open qualifiers. There will be too many teams that are just, you know, throwing a map and they don't care about anything. Or use it against just in the first round against teams that, you know, just want to have some fun and are not really on a competitive level. But with the captain's draft that we're going to introduce for season number 2, again, we've done that in the past, obviously, a lot of times, but with that system, you can definitely do that already in the round-robin phase. So, yeah, things will change for season 2, but it's cool to see that some teams are even going for bounties here in the finals. So, yeah. I mean, we had other bounties also attempted. Gazlo was played, we had a triple healer combo, we had a couple of others, but they have failed. Now we have Tyrael and we have Vala as the opening picks on Infernal Shrines. And I love that already, because with Vala on this map, you can literally go for all the builds. You can go auto attack, you can go arrow, and you can go for multi-shot. It all depends on how you want to play it, how you want to play the fights, and what else you are drafting for your team. So, yeah, what is Dobby going to do? We're going to find out. We get Tracer, Dehaka, and they got Kayn against it, with Infernal being our map. And this is match point, obviously. If the blue team takes another win here, they move on to the next round and will face off against Team Ash. Such a Hammer gets banned out. And yeah, what are they getting rid of? Uther has obviously been played, so there's no... There's still the chance that we're going to get a double support for Vala if they want to go into an auto attack style. So that still happens. They don't want to deal with Zarya here. We already had one game. What was it? It was yesterday in the winner bracket final, where we had Tyrael, Zarya, and Suljin instead of Vala, but the principle behind it was the same. So just insane amount of shields and heals and sustain for the main damage dealer, for the hyper carry, and yeah, it was kind of bonkers. But okay, they're going for Thrall, they're going for Malfurion, so they get the overheals. They have Tyrael on top of that with a shield. Thrall can come in with likely Sundering. We could, of course, see Earthquake on Infernal Shrines as well, but Sundering is the usual choice for Thrall's level 10. And the final 2 picks now for the Enjoyers as they are rounding out their draft. We still need a main tank, we don't have one just yet. There's Mei, and, well, our last pick. A bit more damage would be nice for them. Melee range doesn't really matter too much, but we get Kel'Thas. So Kel'Thas is in the house. We get the Fire Mage once again. And for Dayquaza, what's the weapon of choice for the side lane? Triple front line is what they're apparently looking for. Dayquaza has to deal with the Haka on the side lane. Still plenty of melee characters up that they can take here. But they're actually delaying it quite a bit, so what's it going to be? Is it going to be... For a moment I was hoping Zarya, but then I realized she's bad. Murky! Dequaza is going Murky! Okay. Now, technically you can't complete more than one bounty in a series. I think if they're using Murky, I might talk to Kevin and see if we're going to make an exception for that. But I definitely didn't see that one coming. Murky in the house, Infernal Shrines. Let's go, everyone. Game number 4, and we got the Merc Master in the house. Play on Tyrael, Dequaza on Murky. We have Extra Malfurion, Dobby on Vala, and Yazoo on Thrall. Over on the right side of the map, it is Arion on Tracer, Richu on Dehaka. The Enjoyers are playing with Itrex on Mei, Lavikal on Deckard Cain, and Ether on Kethas. So, well, let's check that out. I mean, let's take a quicker look at this. First of all, we have auto attack style for Vala. As I already said, we had some very specific rules for bounties as we came in. This is the first time that we're doing it, so adjustments, as I pointed out several times, are going to be made for Season 2. But in this environment, we always said you can only complete a single bounty within the same series, and bounties aren't repeatable for a team. A different team can complete a bounty that for sure, but one team or the same team cannot complete a single bounty multiple times. Now technically, they've already completed their bounty for this series. But if they win with Murky here, and they do it, I will definitely put in a good word and see if we can make an exception for them here, because yeah, the meme value is exceptional. So, if they go for a bit of an Octograph play here, I would be absolutely on board. Vala is trying to stack, Murky is doing his thing, and he is going to have a bit of a tough time against Tracer, of course. But besides that, Dequaza should be able to get value for the team. We also have Kel'Thas, and I think there are some potential adjustments to the bounties also for Season 2, where we could, for example, say Kel'Thas that wins with Pyroblast as his level 10 ability could also be a bounty. So there's a couple of things. There's a very good chance that we're going to let go of most of the theme bounties, like play an Alliance team, play a Horde team, play a StarCraft team. I think most of those are honestly pretty like meh. But seeing Kel'Thas win with a Pyroblast, that could be a thing. So yeah, there's definitely a couple of things that we can discuss and will before it starts, before the second season actually starts with the first games. But yeah, for now, let's focus on the game at hand, where we have Vala with 11 stacks already. So yeah, she's weaving the auto attacks in. Murky is sitting at the top. And they're already double teaming Murky here. They know that the Frog is the strongest hero in the game, so they just don't have only one hero on him. They know they need to attack team him. And damn, Vala down at the bottom of the map? That's bad news. That's one of the Gambit stacks already removed just as things start up. Yeah, not great. That's 5% of the attack speed bonus that she just received upon picking the talent already gone. So, unfortunate. Well, over in the middle of the map, with a kill against 0, the Enjoyers now a bit in the driver's seat. Murky's getting attacked up at the top. Down here, though, Dobby, yeah, he wants to work on the camp. Needs a bit of an assist. And who better than the man himself? Murky coming in and just taking over. Went, by the way, on level 4 into the tougher fish. And we also have him now with a fish eye on level 1. So, let's go. Over on the right side, the same camp is being taken. There's actually an objective at the top of the map. So right now, when we're looking at this, the camps are unlikely to get a whole lot of value, just simply because the top side forces everyone to play it out top lane anyways. And that means defense is a lot easier. But you can still, of course, do a bit of work, push the opponent back, get also some experience. Haven't seen this one in a long time, so he went for Echo of Elements and is going to get the double hit in. So good for Thrall. So let's see what's... That could be an adjustment on the level 7 talent even. I mean, I'm usually not really a big fan of adjusting the level 7 and think Ancestral Wrath is just too strong. But if you ever want to adjust your level 7 and go for follow through, then using here Echo of Elements on level 1 is the way to go. But yeah, obviously Ancestral Wrath is still an insanely powerful tool no matter what you pick, because it's just such a nice nuke and also sustain. Talking about sustain for the red team is gone with Deckard Cain dying. And also now get Ancestral Wrath regardless. They go for Vala again, and she is dead. Gets killed by Mei towards the end, nearly able to get out. but alright. Let's see what they're gonna get. 30 stacks is all that Vala has gotten so far. At least they're getting counter kills, or most of the time at least they do. Yeah, Murky's down at the bottom of the map. The Merc Master rotating from lane to lane right now with Slippery when wet on level 7. And we're also getting the Swift Retribution over here. It seems to me like the Enjoyers are grabbing the Punisher though. So yeah, Punisher is going to be taken by the Enjoyers. No doubt about that. They're going to grab that 100%. And yep, let's see what that's going to be. I mean, the action is already coming in as they're starting to make their play here. Straight for the top fort, pushing this out. Frozen Punisher is making things so much worse for them, of course, too. That thing is just way too powerful and way too strong here. So yeah, they're going to get quite a lot out of it. They're probably going to walk away with the fort. Murky against the Haka. The Haka always ready for a snack. And yep, that is the first fort gone. Still even experience, but the passive experience increase is now going to kick in for them. And Stequaza still going to be fine. I want ults. I want ults right now. I mean, I guess it's going to be Octograb. I haven't seen March in an eternity, but you cannot combo too much of Octograb right now. You have to, of course, I mean, you still have the damage, right? You can jump on the target, but it's not like we're having any kind of real burst behind it, where you can just go Octograb, Hinterland Blast, Precision Strike, or Planet Cracker, some crazy stuff like that, as we've seen in some of the qualifier games. So, yeah. Level 10 about to kick in, and then some questions are going to be answered. Octograb is in the house, but they're not using it just yet. Instead, Murky is going to get tagged. There's also Sundering is expected. And we get Phoenix. Oh, goodbye. Kel'Thas just gets deleted. Kel'Thas deleted. There's Octograb against the Haka, though. Sanctification used to save him, but he's still getting caught here. And they got killed, trying to save Richu, but it's not happening. The Haka dies regardless, so he gets dropped, and that opens up the camp as an opportunity for them, which they gladly take. So camp gets claimed, 3 kills to 2, and the Space Goofs looking solid here, looking strong. The move towards the top is happening, as we have the Quasar pushing the catapults out. Again, they lost the key fort, so obviously catapults are now pushing too. Quest is not completed yet for Kel'Thas, which was blatantly obvious in the last fight. He was immediately in trouble. So now on 17 stacks, he's only 3 away from finally getting his thing. Actually, my bad. Yeah, 3 and 2, 1. Getting closer as we speak. Get that shield. And at the bottom of the map, yeah, they're pushing the next wave out. This is a little bit more control right now for the Space Goofs, which is a nice change of pace for them, I suppose, because previously in all the games they were more so reacting to the opponent, at least initially. Sundering again, good follow-up. Octograb is ready, so they could use it, but Yasuo's the one in trouble. Tries to get out, good job. They go for Tracer, Tracer gone. Murky with a Tracer kill, oh yeah. Getting the Octograb out and making the big plays. Murky is still alive, and he's gone. Egg is in the middle of the map, so he's going to need a bit of time until he's back to business here. The old man telling another story as Thrall is getting dragged around. That's a problem for Tyrael. Really nice move to take Tyrael out here. Mei with the Avalanche, going for a bit of a snowball play and executing it well. So, nicely done. I mean, easy peasy. Murky, first of all, he gets destroyed, and then there, bloop, and Tyrael finds himself on the wrong side of the wall, gets instantly lapsed by gravity, and yeah, that's that. The end for him. Vala with 90 stacks. Again, she died, I believe, twice. And yeah, so that's 10% of the attack speed bonus gone that she got through her gambit on level 1. But she's at least getting the damage connected now. 23,000 damage, nothing insane. It's there. Push in the middle. Murky back to duty with Octograb ready. Could go for Tracer. Yeah, could try and hit her here if he sneaks in and times it well. But they're taking over on the shrine, so the blue team is really aiming for this one. It's going to be an Arcane Punisher. There's going to be a lot of work with the AoE that comes from Mei and also from Khaldor now. Phoenix is in the house. Dequaza, yep, gets the living bomb. Could jump on him, does. There's Thundering and Murky dies, but they can go for Khaldor thanks to that, and they drop him. Arian also in some trouble. Tracer retreating, but he follows way too hard. Thrall falls. Look how close that Punisher is. And the blue team, no, takes it. What is missing? The blue team grabs it. 39-39 at the end. But it is indeed the Space Goofs with the Punisher. They are about to lose X-Ray though. He's trying to get out and escapes. Nice. Vala is not so lucky. She gets murdered, and that's now 15% of the attack speed gone. So she's really losing all of the advantages that she got from her level 1 talent. She is at least at 114 stacks, so that's some damage, but they cannot properly push with this either. Instead, Dehaka is getting attacked at the top. Murky didn't have Octograb ready at that particular moment in time, just as the tongue came out, or it would have likely been the end of Dehaka if they could have chained that too. Now, 5 kills to 6, and it is the middle of the map where they are pushing even further. It's dead even in experience though. But look how little damage they were able to do at the fort at the bottom of the map. Nobody pushed with the Punisher. It's only Punisher number 2, so it's not that strong yet. Murky with Rejuvenating Bubble for a little bit. Oh, and there's Octograb, okay. Against Khaldor again. They don't have that follow-up here though, so the camp gets still taken by the Enjoyers. They couldn't slow it down long enough. Thundering, more of a defensive play than anything else. The Tong missing as the Haka was hoping to go for Tyrael. So, yeah. And another play being made in the middle as they are burning down what they can, trying to push this camp onto the fort. Now, Murky is still at the top and doing his thing there. We have 30 stacks by now for Khaldor, so increasing this a bit more, also helping him, of course, with his mana management. 16 talents are getting quite close. For Vala, it's going to also be a nice change of pace once she can go into Manticore and get even more damage. I think for Vala it's really just about getting the level 1 properly stacked, going for level 20 of course, and then getting the extra distance there with the Farflight Quiver. Right now a lot of these fights are a little bit rough for her, especially with Tracer lurking around. Murky's still fine, has to use the bubble and gets out, but with 16 he has the Fish Oil, Manticore is in, and we also get the Nature's Balance for Malfurion. They were trying to chase this maybe a little bit too hard. Murky should still be alright here, but yeah, the Quasar is easily able to get away. And since everybody jumped to the top, they left the bot lane alone, so the blue team reacts with the push here. Is at least getting the minion wave in. The Haka attempting to flank. Khaldor's looking for the gravity lapse, and they can't connect any of it. We get the Tempest Fury here, so a bit more auto attack damage now also. Octo grab and kill. Yep, Tracer is dead, but Thrall... Ah, he dies too. There was such a good fight if not for Thrall, and now Malfurion is also gonna get crushed. They interrupted Sanctification, or this would have been a completely different story. It was a good start with Tracer getting killed, but then 2 heroes die on the blue team side. If Tyrael is able to get his own ult out, then the fight goes a very different way. But, well, this was a bad trade for the Space Goofs after all, so they are falling behind a bit. Murky's moving in again, only a couple of seconds, 10 until he has Octograb back. Tyrael is a bit low, we're losing everyone else here. We need at least Malfurion back to get the sustain. That's kind of the minimum here. Vala also with 42,000 damage, despite the fact that she died 3 times, she has the top damage in the game. Manticore, of course, helping a lot with this now. And once that she has level 20 and has a lot more distance to the opponent's front line, it's going to get even better. It's also going to be bad for Tracer. Can't dodge those auto attacks, so once that we have more and more auto attack damage coming from Vala, it's going to be pretty good for her. But yeah, either way, with that said and done, we now have Dehaka as a global, still looking at the bottom of the map to push the lanes out. Top side gets pressured. Murky is on the way, wants to set up the frog flank, but they're too far behind. And they're realizing it too, so they're just falling back. They have to defend anyways, and instead they are moving in to potentially take good shot, who immediately tunnels away and is like, no. That ain't happening. I'm not just gonna sit there and die. That rotation needed to be a lot faster if you really want to catch me by surprise. So instead, it's the mercenary camp that they take. 6 kills to 8. They're going to be forced back to defend against the Punisher, which this time is the Mortar Punisher. And they're at least taking all of the camps here, which puts them again into close range on experience. But it's about the top side keep now. And that wall gets destroyed very, very quickly. So wall already gone. Murky then again. Yeah, there's the Octograb. Good damage, at least some, but not enough. And Murky is respawning in the middle where we have 2 camps. Vala getting destroyed, that's the real problem. Vala being killed now for the 4th time is really an issue. And that's your main damage dealer gone. So Murky, they're abandoning the keep at the top. Murky is instead moving into the middle and trying to do some damage here and probably also at the bottom of the map. The main issue is that they are apparently trying to end the game. So, yeah, they are going for a game with this, and Murky is now hearthing back. I think they underestimated the danger of this push a little bit. The core is already falling, and it seems like the Merc Master is not gonna be a thing here. Nope, it is a victory in game number 4 for the Enjoyers. This brings us to the final map of this best of 5 series. GG, well played. Game number 5, we're going the distance. The Merc Master was not the answer in game number 4, and the Enjoyers took the W on Infernal Shrine. So now we're going to Garden of Terror to determine who takes 4th place in the tournament and who moves on to the next round, where they will face off against Team Ash. So, yeah. Let's see what we're getting. Also, with game number 5 up, it means 40 heroes are unavailable right now. 40 heroes are not available at this point in time because they have been played already. So what do the teams have up their sleeves now for the final map? And who's going to take it? It's also going to increase your prize money, obviously. The prize money is split between the top 4 teams. So everybody that made it into the final round of this is already guaranteed to at least walk away with something. Space Goofs even more so, since they just completed a bounty. But yeah, gonna be mega interesting to see which team is gonna go up against Team Ash next. Zeratul, Sergeant Hammer, Blaze, and Nubrak all banned out, so Blaze hasn't seen a single game of play here. Which is actually kind of wild when you think about it, because he is still one of the most popular, if not the strongest side laner, and he has been consistently banned out throughout all of this. So, yeah. On top of that, we now have Maiev being first picked, which also makes a lot of sense, of course. Super strong, and the Goofs want to be aggressive here. I'm still waiting for some shenanigans. We get Falstad and Mal'Ganis, so right from the get-go we have a global again for the Enjoyers. So they're starting with Falstad here, likely going to be those Gust plays. We had now twice, I mean, the Quasar played Diva, he played Murky, just saying. Ooh. Ana and ETC. Now, ETC is obviously interesting in the sense that he could be played as a side laner and as a main tank. You can do both, but if you pick him early, then you're flexible in the way that you are continuing your pick pattern. If you realize, okay, with what we're trying to do here, he fits better as a pseudo-global, then you can pick another tank, or you say, okay, we're going to play him as a main tank. Considering that Falstad is all... They're banning Shogal. That makes me a little bit sad. Considering that Falstad is picked for the Enjoyers, I tend to believe that ETC is likely going to go stage dive here and might be played as a side laner, so that they have at least some global pressure. It's a big map after all. Unless they want to go in addition to that for, I don't know, Samuro or something. But the final ban after Cho'Gall got axed is the Vikings. Okay. The only factor could at least, unless I'm missing something, could be Samuro. Samuro is still an option. I guess you could go Gazlo. But yeah, Samuro with copy is probably the only thing that on a more global, on a more macro level, I would be worried about here. Illidan Hunt is also up, I guess. Tyrande and Liming. So Falstad Liming is pretty good for the damage output here. Falstad for the utility that he brings. Liming for the resets that they're going to try and get. And that leaves us with a double pick for the Space Goofs. So is Quasar again dipping deep into his bag of tricks? Or is it just going to be a run-of-the-mill side laner for him? Because again, final map. This is it. Arthas and Jimmy. Jim Rayner in the house. Okay, single target damage from the man himself. Okay, he has to be careful that he doesn't get stunned out. If Tyrande is getting a good hook in with her Lunar Flare, and then we have Mal'Ganis maybe with the initial sleep, and then Li Ming taking aim. He could get blown out of the waters very, very quickly. Seems also like it's going to be an Eye of Horus play for X-Ray. Final pick for Richu, and it is Deathwing. Okay. Garden of Terror, everybody. The final map in this best of 5 series here at the finals of Banshee Cup season number 1. Let's go. Space Goofs against Enjoyers. On the left side, we have X-Ray playing Ana, Dequazon, etc. Yasu with Reyna, Dobby on Maiev, and Play is playing Arthas. So, pretty sweet. Dequaza indeed with ETC on the side lane, so stage dive is more or less inevitable at this point. Also makes sense with Falstad being played by the Enjoyers. Ether is the one playing him. We have Arian on Li Ming, Lavakal on Tyrande, Itrax on Mal'Ganis, and then last but not least, it is Richu on Deathwing. Deathwing is in the house. Awesome skin for him as well. And Jimmy has not made a choice yet, so are we going to get stacks? We have plenty of slows. I mean, specifically with Arthas, he should probably go for a... Yeah, there it is, Ace in the hole. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. You don't... Not only do you have a lot of like stuns and stuff, but you also are looking at really nice slows from Arthas in big team fights. So that is the perfect choice here for Yasu. And then it's all about positioning, trying to evade any of the damage that's being done here. Already good damage in against Mal'Ganis, who is instantly in trouble and is dead. Mal'Ganis goes down and Jimmy just taking aim and he goes ratatatatata. And that is the end of the frontliner. Okay. Yeah, good stuff. I like it. Space Goofs with some aggression, and that all started by Arthas dropping a pinpoint Howling Blast here. So yeah, Arthas in the main tank position. But okay, here we go. We got 1 kill to 0. We have cams focused on at the 1 minute mark, as you would expect from the two teams. Stacks for Falstad with the frequent flyer. And for Deathwing, we get that Dragon Soul. It's the one thing that Chromie is lacking. Because she's not really a dragon. She's a pretender, always has been. Good invade. Good double invade. Damn, that's stealing everything away here. That's great for the Enjoyers. That was really good for the Enjoyers. Horrible news for the Goofs. Yeah, they started off with a kill, and then they had to give both of their camps up. Okay. That would at least annoy the hell out of me, I can tell you that much. So they have 2 camps that they just stole. They have still their own that they can take. The experience lead is one thing that would be annoying, but also just the time that you have to invest in order to take all of this out, or the damage that you just simply have to accept. There's level 4 talents now kicking in. Traditional Trumphorate for Li Ming. And yeah. It's kind of funny that the blue team is actually very hesitant picking their talents here. I feel still baited from Varian earlier in what was that, game number 1, game number 2, where he just refused to pick it and always made it seem with the High King's Quest as level 1 that he would go meme blades, and then was just like, yeah, you know what, probably not there. So yeah, but either way. For now, we're already looking at Overdose for Ana. Haven't really gone for the thing yet, for the seed. I always want to say Tribute. Again, this map is such a scam. Like, it's a total scam. That's why I call it Tomb of the Spider Garden, usually. No, sorry. Tomb of the Garden Curse, because that's essentially what it is. It's a full scam. Blizzard was like, oh, we're gonna put a new map out. We're gonna remake it. The map is gonna be fully remade. It's like a totally new objective. You have to gather tributes. You have to gather seeds, and once you have 3 of them, you're gonna unleash web weavers. No, it's not web weavers. It's totally different. You're gonna get garden terrors. So yeah, they just mashed stuff together and then sold us as a new map. Basically just explains the state of the company perfectly right now. 1 kill to 0, and good value at the top. The seed, not the tribute, has by the way been taken now. So they have won, blue team. Level 7 kicks in a little bit earlier though for the Enjoyers. They want to go for play, and nah, he is not dead. weren't able to kill him. Ana with a bit of a side pew pew pew. Good position here from X-Ray, as long as they don't jump on him. But Richo with Deathwing is really reigning supreme over here, isn't he? Majestic Dragon in the middle. Falstad getting value down at the bottom of the map, and he's already done work with his level, well, with the experience that he got them. Also with the secret weapon, which we're getting here for him. So a bit more side lane pressure through him. And he's doing really great. I mean, he got them... They have a 1-level lead. And that's not only because of Falstad, but he definitely plays a part in all of this. So, yeah. So... all of that at the top. Play is doing his thing. We have ETC at the bottom of the map still. And yeah, but only 1 kill in the game. They are 4.5 minutes in, only a single kill. They're going to try and change that. Quasar. Yeah, my man got nearly away from this one. Well, he did actually get away, but he nearly got killed. So with that, we now also have the unstable compound for Jimmy. And Jimmy's just sitting there. 1 auto attack at a time. Currently top damage on the team with 7,000 damage. Oh my god. 7,000. I would like to go for the DBZ beam, but it's not possible. Oh my god, it's under 9,000. Yeah. This data tracker can definitely still read that. Either way, bottom of the map. Ether, still silent control, silent control, silent control, silent control. Make sure that you're getting your experience in, make sure they get a bit of pressure onto the lanes. Everybody is now playing a really slow game in the sense that they're just sitting there and saying like, you know what, let's just not overextend. Let's play the safe, look for opportunities, and don't go full YOLO because we would like to go to the next round, add a little bit more prize money onto our pool here, and maybe even make it into the grand final. But here comes Mal'Ganis. Yeah, the sleep, the follow-up, and Quasar is low, but still able to slide out of the fight. So no insta-kill or anything like that. We have in the middle of the map, Dobby now making his move, but the level 10 abilities are kicking in. And we're getting a Starfall and the Bellowing Roar. As Maiev is trying to jump out, they go again for Mal'Ganis. The tether into tower range, the slide, nice. The gust used from Falstad saves the day. ETC with stage dive as expected. We have the disc on Maiev. Jimmy likely gonna go Reyna's Raiders. And they still need to pick the talent also, which is probably more important for Arthas, because we have seen Syndragosa a lot. We've also seen a whole lot of Legion, and since he is the main tank for a team, survivability... it's kind of a supreme pick here. And they go Hyperion. Hyperion for Jimmy and Syndragosa. Okay, they go for both. Can use them in tandem here too. Slow them down and get the Hyperion value afterwards. That seems to be the strategy here. I'm in. Let's see if they can make it work. I mean, right now, already, the sleep for Mal'Ganis. I don't think they're going to push this too hard. At least I don't think they're going to use their ults there, necessarily. But with all of the slows and the tethers, Jimmy is again getting value. So, Jimmy is sitting tight. The damage output, by the way, between the two teams is absolutely laughable at this point. We're 7 minutes in and Jimmy is at 9,300. I mean, over 9,000, I guess, but still. You have 15,000 as the top damage in the game. So they're not fighting a whole lot here. Up to this point, it has been fairly tame. Now with level 10 in, I think this is going to change, specifically since the position of the seed that has just spawned is a bit more attractive to both teams. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Finally, we're in the double digits for Jimmy, for the top damage dealer on the side of the Goofs. ETC, he's doing his thing at the side lane. Again, he has to hold experience there. Can then always jump in, as he will. But they're giving the seed... no, they're not giving it up. Deathwing is just annoying. They go for the double, but they have to position themselves a little bit better if they want to do that. So, yeah. Damage still coming in. Deathwing is just doing his thing. Even the Owl coming out from Tyrande and X-Ray realizing, yeah, this is probably not going to be too healthy for me. And I'm making myself way too much of a target, so let's just fall back for now. Okay, Maiev, able to jump away from the stun, not able to jump away from Liming. And Liming gets the kill. She preps it. She preps it for Tyrande. There's the kill right there. Now they're going for Ana, and she is dead. Ana is down, and this is big. With Hyperion, they're hoping for a counter kill. They're going for Lavakal, and Jimmy takes her down. Hyperion kill from Reyna. At the top, there's, by the way, Cam pushing in for the fort, so that's one good thing that they were able to accomplish here. But the seed gets taken by Arian. It's level 13 versus level 13. There was an advantage during the fight for the Enjoyers at some point, but still. You know, have Give Me More and also Encore for ETC. Maybe a chance to force that now, and, well, there's the slide. Disc is out too. Can they go for the tether? Nah, not against Deathwing. But they were looking to take Mal'Ganis down. Didn't really work for them, but Richu is losing hit points quickly. I mean, damn. Poor Deathwing gets nearly wrecked here. It's actually both of them. Deathwing and Mal'Ganis are both bleeding, but they weren't able to kill them. So, yeah. Over on the left side, they try and go for the camp again. Still very even. 2 kills to 3, level 14 to level 14 any moment now with the Howling Blast. We got the Shattered Armor as an upgrade for them right now. The level 1 quest has also not been completed for Arthur's. So yeah, he's currently sitting at the second quest reward. But getting the root on the path is of course fantastic when you're looking at big team fights. So that's another one that he's going to try and get as quickly as possible, but at least things are already looking up for him as he unlocked the second quest reward here. Rayquaza against Falstad, still at interplay between the two of them. Next seed is up. Position isn't really great for the red team. Don't think that the Enjoyers are actually going to go for it. They're pushing the bot lane instead, which is of course also quite neat here. Yeah, Hyperion used, but I do not believe that they can do anything of that. I was a little bit distracted, sorry, because there was something on the floor which I touched with my foot, and I was just like, what is that? And it felt like a pebble, and it turns out it's popcorn. So yeah, I was actually watching a movie yesterday, or actually a series, and apparently some popcorn just decided that it would go for a bit of a dive and roll under the table. Inexcusable. That would have been amazing yesterday, but sad. 5-second rule doesn't apply anymore. It's more like 24 hours or something. Not quite, but yeah. So, anyways, with that mystery solved, we now have 16 about to kick in for the Enjoyers. And the fort at the bot lane destroyed, which is the second fort that has fallen. The Enjoyers are really starting to bring the pain here. I mean, the Space Goofs are having a bit of an issue. And that issue is that they're falling farther and farther behind here. It's baby steps, but still, it's one step at a time, and the Enjoyers are getting closer and closer to winning the game in the series. I said at the start that I thought, okay, the Space Groups have a bit of a lead, but that the Enjoyers stepped it up time and time again, and I think this is really much in evidence here. The Enjoyers are very much so doing their thing. So, yeah, not bad. To be honest, it's better to step on popcorn than stepping on a Lego. Like, stepping on a Lego, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Stepping on a popcorn, you can easily clean that up. Like, they cleaned up Falstad here, easily taking him out. A great disc on Tyrande, she's dead too. And yeah, Tyranda's just gone, she just doesn't know it yet. And that's a double kill. So, seems like the Space Cubes are bringing it back. Nah, that slide came just a moment too late, or Mal'Ganis would have died too. So, that would have been the next one. And then again, they're going for a triple channel. And it's still not enough. Finally, there it is. The Garden Terrors, everybody. Garden Terrors in the house. And the bad news is that 2 of their heroes are still dead. So, yeah. Push at the top, push at the bottom of the map. It's already rough enough if you're just going up against the Garden Terrors here. And, yeah, instead we're getting that at the bottom. Little fun fact, in case that you've missed some of the casts that I did with Trixler on this, the Garden Terrors were actually internally called the Garden Horrors initially, but if you say that 3 times fast, it starts to sound a little bit funny, and nobody wants to talk about garden plants that are putting out at the first opportunity, so they quickly renamed them, and now we have Garden Terrors instead of Garden Horrors. So, yeah. Those guys are still terrifying, and 2 of the forts are now gone, so structures are falling on the side of the Enjoyers, and maybe the one at the top gets also murdered. Deathwing has to move out, and does so quickly, which leaves some room for damaging the top side fort, so yeah. Down at the bottom of the map though, yeah, that's basically it. Not too much damage. Again, they got 2 forts. This is pretty decent. 2 forts destroyed. What more do you want at that moment? But yeah, so right now we got 36,000 damage for Jimmy, his top damage in the game. Jimmy can really pack a punch. The problem is the lack of mobility that he has. So with the mobility creep that came in over the years, that's a problem. But if you're in a game where 40 heroes aren't available, then he can definitely go for a bit of pew pew. And he did it already with Maiev, going for Deathwing, taking him out. Cam taken by the red team, so at least it wasn't stolen away. Good dodge from Dobby. Maiev looking for another kill, and talking kills. Li Ming is gone. That's another 5 versus 3 situation that they're running, and they're also going for Atrax again. He wants the kill, but he doesn't take anyone down. Instead, he falls. That's 3 heroes eliminated, 7 kills to 4, and they can not only defend this at the top easily, but also try and make a play for the wall. They're so close with the minion wave already, so here's the moment to make a move and quickly take this one out. So, open the wall up. Maybe even a little bit of damage on the keep itself. I mean, just imagine them getting a kill here against either Falstad or Tyrande. Falstad, as you can see, went into Afterburner. So he can easily move away from this. But there's a couple of camps that they can take. The Space Goofs are ahead in experience now. And then the driver's seat. Yeah, they are definitely in a great spot now. Pain them red on level 16, of course. And we also got the Remorseless Winter. Arthas is such a CC bot at the end of the game. It's nasty. It's absolutely nasty. The man is just controlling everything, slowing them down. If Tyrande at any point gets caught by him, or even Li Ming, then they're gone. They're definitely gone. Now, there is a seat up at the top, and that could theoretically be the seat where the Enjoyers get their own Garden Terrors. The one thing that heavily argues against that, though, is the Storm talents that we now have for the Space Goofs. So, yeah, ETC went straight into the crowd pleaser. And they go for the double channel. Tyrande just lined them up. Still being claimed, though. But it's such a frustrating experience to try and channel anything when you're up against Deathwing against Tyrande. It's so unbelievably annoying. Jimmy has now used Raider's role right here. So, yeah, really sweet for him. And he is already just dropping them in those fights, and even more slows now to trigger his ace in the hole on level 1 with absolute 0. It's actually a really cool setup for Jimmy. So many slows, so many stuns. He can trigger ace on the hole pretty much consistently throughout all of this. The red team now grabbing their own level 20, as they're of course going to try to fight this one out. So yeah, level 20 is in any second. That gives us with Falstad the Wind Tunnel, the Starfall upgrade, Tal Rushers for Li Ming, and yeah, they're definitely gonna go for it now. 1 fort is still in play, and that's the blue team's fort, the top lane. We have now the next attack coming over here as they go for the seed. Is there an interrupt coming? Oh, of course there is. Why am I even asking? One interrupt is in, but yeah, they didn't coordinate it perfectly, but they're still able to make all of it happen. So yeah, Deathwing with the final one. The red team hasn't given up on that seed yet. ETC is at the top and is going to push for this. Where's the crowd pleaser? There it is. Jimmy gets saved. Disc is out. And can they go for Mal'Ganis or maybe even Deathwing? Jimmy is trying to find the position here, but he has to be careful as Falstad is attempting to flank in as Deathwing engages. Top lane push still ongoing even after ETC came in, but look at that gust, and Ana is gone. Ana is gone, and they get Maiev as well. Tyrande able to take her down. Somebody needs to defend here. The catapult griefing. Griefing as usual. You're fired. You're out. Oh, actually, I'll take it back. Found a position and attacks the actual fort. The keep. Me likey. Doesn't really change the fact that the keep is not going to fall here. But hey, catapults. They learned a thing or two. Look at that. Finally. Jimmy hasn't died in the game. It's the only one. But they are now going with those Garden Terrors straight for the middle, straight for the keep, and they might be trying to win it here as well. Hyperion is already out, 2 heroes are still missing, they gotta defend with 3, which is not gonna be easy, and this keep is just gone. Yasu with the damage. Brr, 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 brr. Trying to take Deathwing out, and they are going for core. They want to go and end the game, and I think they might just be able to. The shield is gone already. Jimmy, a man on the mission, comes in. There's another slide. The core's falling. Deathwing is gone. Maybe they can defend. Maybe they can defend. Jimmy is burning them down, but there's also still the Guarded Terror. 30%. It's gonna get close. 10, and it's game. No, it's not, is it? No, 5%, and they're all gone. 5%, and they are gone. And now they have to cross the map and end it. Look at this. They were not able to take it. The core at 5%, and they just weren't able to get the final blow in. Everybody dying, and that is likely victory for the Space Goofs. They go to the top. They go straight for the keep, and the Enjoyers, heartbreaking situation. They got Li Ming back in 10 seconds. Can they defend? Can they somehow pull it off? I don't think so. It's too much. Li Ming, she's back in 3, but it's not happening. The Space Goof take the series and move on to face off against Team Ash in the next round of the tournament as the Enjoyers take 4th place. What an ending on Garden of Terror.